Get in position and wait for my go.
To the charge in count 1, perjury, how do you plead, Mr. Kelley?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Hello everyone, I'm Chas Kelly. Welcome to your Thursday edition of the PE Crime Blotter. San Bernardino City Councilman Chas Kelly pleaded guilty to 1 count of perjury in a San Bernardino courtroom on Thursday afternoon. He also stepped down from his position as a councilman and took his name out of the race for the San Bernardino mayoral race. I'm joined now by Press Enterprises' John Asbury. John, explain the reasoning and how these charges came about.
Well, Kelly's charges come from a perjury that prosecutors said he incorrectly filled out his campaign finance form. Prosecutors said he hid more than $74,000 on his campaign finance return in order to use that money for himself.
And as far as what the money was exactly spent on, it still remains unclear.
Yeah, it's unclear. All that Kelley has stated was that the money was obviously not designated for his campaign and was being used for his own personal expenses.
We understand this was brought about on a tip to the DA's office.
Yeah, the DA's office started investigating in October 2011, and through that discovered that from this period of 2006 to 2012, this money was underreported. Immediately upon entering court today, he pleaded guilty and told reporters that he was resigning from the city council, and of course with a felony charge, this now makes him ineligible to hold public office again.
And as far as time in jail, we understand there won't actually be any time spent in jail. He will be serving on a weekend program.
Yeah, he'll be on I believe it's 5 years probation and 90 days of a weekend jail program. That can either be a volunteer service for the sheriff's department or police department, as well as certain house arrest parameters, depending on whatever the plea deal was that he worked out with prosecutors.
Also coming out today, a second San Bernardino Councilman Robert Jenkins also facing criminal charges. Prosecutors filed stalking and identity theft charges against him, but this in fact involves the Riverside County DA's office.
Well, Robert Jenkins, of course, was another city council member who was also charged today, but obviously under different circumstances. Riverside County prosecutors brought their case against Jenkins following an investigation related to internet postings, and were able to link it to him through phone calls and messages he used from his work computer at Norte Vista High School in the Riverside County Office of Education, as well as using his San Bernardino issued cell phone.
Now, he was out on bail. We understand he won't be appearing in court for about 2 months.
Yeah, and his case is much different than Kelley's. In his case, he's vowed to fight this, that he is not guilty of any wrongdoing, that he certainly didn't commit any criminal charges according to his attorney, but prosecutors say that he would go on to Craigslist and post personal ads posing as his ex-lover, and that would then draw unwelcomed customers to his ex-lover and another person. That ultimately resulted in identity theft charges.
As far as these latest charges, these are just part of a long line of struggles that the city has had.
Yeah, I was talking to our editor today, and he said it's really just unfortunate for the region, San Bernardino and the Inland Empire as a whole, because you do get this cloud of corruption that will, of course, affect outside government dollars and just the overall perception of what the IE is and how its governments are operated.
All right, John, thank you for joining us. That does it for your Thursday edition of the PE Crime Blotter. Be sure to stay tuned right here on PE.com for the latest on this story.